Are you living or thriving in life? And what are your whys in life? Why do you do what you do? Why do you care about the things you care about? In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but really diving into why is personal development important? Why is spirituality important? Whatever path you're on in life, there's generally a reason behind why you're doing it. And part of that may be because it's the norm, because it's what your parents did, it's what others told you to do, it's part of what, we're thought we're meant to do, such as certain careers. Or it's like, oh, I'm doing this career because I went to college for it, and now I've been doing it for a few years, and now I don't really enjoy it, but I'm still doing it because I need to make money, and I have mortgage and bills and so forth, as well as I've done it for 10 plus years or whatever, and I don't know anything else. Or maybe it's lighter than that, and it's like I'm living my life a certain way because this is what I think makes me happy. But the real question is, are you happy or not? And why? In all things that we do in life, there is a big why we do it and a how we do it. The how is a lot of the doing and part of our identity sometimes, of what we're doing and the actions we take, whether it's the thoughts we think, the actions that we do physically, or maybe our beliefs or our memories that dictate us, or the way we allow others to influence us. That all turns into the how we might be doing something. But it also influences our why, the big why behind what you're doing. And that's really a question to ask yourself a lot, is why do I do this? And then you might have an answer for it. Or why do I believe this? And you might have an answer for it. And you can take it very far deep in of, well, why do I have the job I have? And then you have an answer for that. And then play the game like a little child. Why? And then have an answer. Why? Answer. Why? And then when you get down to that final, I don't know why. Then the question becomes, does it serve or does it not serve? Is the way I'm living my life serve me in who I'm aiming to be? Does it serve me in my happiness or my joy? Does it bring me joy and happiness? Am I thriving in life? Do I feel excited about life? Am I thriving and accomplishing things and feeling very fulfilled and enjoying the moments and events I have in my life? Or are you just living? And you're living until the clock runs out, and maybe it's not that morbid of you're just kind of waiting to die, and you're just going through the motions until that happens. Maybe it's not that morbid, but it might be you're living an okay life. And that's okay if you're okay with an okay life. But there might be an aspect of you that knows you could have a good life. You might be living a good life. And there might be an aspect of you that knows, I could have a great life. And it's well, why do you want a great life? Or how does having a great life look? How does having a good life look? In my world, or the way that I view things, you have fine, okay, good, great, fantastic, amazing, bliss, and it goes on and on up. But the point is, and the reason that okay is above fine is because fine generally means insecure, neurotic, and emotional. And so that's part of what you can think about when you think of fine. And then okay is above that. So if you're having a fine life, how do you get to having an okay life? If you're having an okay life, how do you get to having a good life? If you're having a good life, how do you get to having a great life? And why is that important to you? Why do you even care about something like that? And maybe you don't. Maybe you're perfectly blissfully happy having an okay life. And if that's the case, then awesome. Thank you for holding that end of the spectrum of life, of having an okay life. But for me, personally, and for the clients I coach, and most people I work with in coaching or in retreats and so forth, are not good with having an okay life. They are not comfortable with that, and they want a life that gives them more than that. And so how does that happen? What are some things you can do? And part of that is spirituality, is personal development. That's why spirituality and personal development are important, is because it improves your life. It improves your mental state, your emotional state, your spiritual state, your physical state. It allows you to be better than who you once were. Even if it's just 1% better, things begin to ripple out. Now, we have the chart of consciousness, or the map of consciousness, by Dr. David Hawkins. And on that, there's always an emotion or a state of being that is at a certain vibration, and it can be calibrated out. If you want to learn more about muscle testing, leave a comment down below and I'll make a video about the map of consciousness itself and how muscle testing plays into that and what calibrating all of this really is. But part of this is that each emotion or viewpoint of life is calibrated at a certain point. And on the full map of consciousness, Dr. David Hawkins, who came up with this, shows that when we feel a certain way, it affects our viewpoint. It affects the way we view ourselves, the way we view life, the way we view quote unquote God or source or the universe. And then it also gives us a state of being that we're showing up in. So, when we're in anger, we don't usually view others very kindly. We may not view that even like life or source has our best interests, and we might feel very detached from that. And generally, we're not okay with ourselves or others around us. Now, there is such thing as righteous anger, and that's a little bit different. I'm using that as a small example. Or when we feel shameful, we might feel that the world is out to get us, and that no one really likes us, and that there isn't any connection to something beyond ourselves, and then our life is staying at this very low level vibration that isn't serving us. And so that's why it comes down to that concept of the way I'm feeling, the way I'm viewing life, does it serve or not serve, and why? And if it does serve, great. If it doesn't serve, how do you change it to be different? How do you make it different? And so that's what a lot of these videos on my channel are about, is to help you shift into that. Whether it's through breath work, knowledge, practical techniques, those are all here on my YouTube channel for you, and there'll be more like that to come out. But if you're looking for more assistance in that and a greater way to shift how you're being, and you want to step into a higher version of yourself to truly unleash your potential, the potential within inside of you, which is your golden shadow, the light within the darkness. It is where your untapped gifts are, your potential is, where your most natural, powerful self is within your golden shadow. And that's something I teach inside a group coaching program that allows people to unleash their potential and step into that. And so if you're interested in that, there's the link down below that talks about that you can come in on a call with me or come straight into the app and begin in a group coaching program that unleashes your potential, as well as there are breathworks, meditations, courses, transformational material inside of there to help you shift your life, to take you from whatever level you're at to the next level. So if you're fine in life, let's get you to okay. If you're okay in life, let's get you to good. If you're good, let's get you to great, great to fantastic. And if you're fine in life, I want to get you to good and great. Okay? I want to get you out of those fines and okays so you can live a life where you are thriving. Not living, but actually thriving. And you wake up each day excited about the day, like a little kid did. When you were a little kid and you woke up in the morning, or if you watch little kids, they're excited about life. They're excited to experience it, So that's an offer I have for you. But as well as if you would like more videos about how to improve yourself and shift your mental, emotional states and step into a more brighter version of yourself spirituality-wise, also leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Peace, love, and namaste, my friends.